All right, next video. Don't look at the clock. It's a new day. This isn't the third video I'm recording all at one time because I'm pre-posting them for future dated. Okay, continuing on to the fine dining server stories. So our main server quit right before December, and as everyone knows, Hawaii is really busy in December. That's when servers make a ton of money. Like I said in the other video, they were averaging 150 to 300 during December. You would probably average 200 at the minimum, up to maybe 400 if you don't get any crazy tips. So yeah, she quit. I took over her job and I was full-time server. And then the other two servers, they worked like 2 days a week or something. And then on certain days, there would be like 50, 60 covers on the books. And the other two couldn't work basically. So basically I had to serve a lot of people by myself. So normally one server in a whole night at max capacity of how much they could handle, they can serve 40 people from, if it was spread out from the beginning to the end. Obviously you can't serve 40 people if they all walked in at one time, but one server can handle a maximum of 40 if it's spread out. But usually on average, you can serve 25 and do a decent job of serving at a high level. 25 covers, one server should be able to handle it. So if there was 50 on the books, that would be a 2-server night, and it would be like, if it was the equivalent of running 50 for 2 people, you're jogging the whole night. 40 for one person on the whole night, that's like you're running the whole night. You're not sprinting. So on average, one person can handle 25 to 40 covers. And like I said, there was some days that the other two couldn't work. So I was like, well, I guess I got to serve by myself. And there were certain nights that I did 50, 60 on my own, and I handled it relatively well. Like there wasn't any disasters and things weren't too slow. Like it was just fitting everything in perfectly efficient, all of your movements, and like, I gotta talk to this table, I gotta talk to this table, I gotta grab this, I gotta drop it off here. While I'm there, I'm gonna pick up this thing from this other table close by, and then I'm gonna drop this thing off. It's just very like an octopus, except you're doing multiple things at one time. So you take one trip, you get 10 things done. That's how I serve that many people. So I'm gonna divert from here up to here. Magic number 76. That is how many covers I served by myself in one night. And keep in mind that when I say serve for all of this, it's how many total people are in the front of the house. There's no host, there's no busser, there's no food runner, there's no bartender, there's no general manager. It's, if I say there's 2 people in the front, that's 2 people in the front that are supposed to help the guests do whatever they want from the moment they walk in to the moment they walk out. So they walk in, there's a sequence of service. Walk in, greet the guests, reservation, yes, no, whatever. Here's your seat, blah, blah, blah. I'll be back with the menu. Here's the menu. Here's some water. Explain the menu, go away, come back, take the order, answer any questions, drop the ticket in the kitchen, come back out, make the drinks, drop it at the table, run the food, run the food, run the food. How are things doing? Run the food, run the food. How are things doing? Good, good, good. Okay, ready for dessert? No dessert? Yeah, no, whatever. Okay, ring them up, drop the bill, come back after they put their card in, whatever, ring them up, drop the bill. Thank you for dining with us tonight. Goodbye. Reset the table for the next guest. That is the whole sequence of service. And like I said, the average 25 to 40 covers per normal server. And these nights, I was just forced to do 40 to 60. 76. That was my record. That was the most people I've ever served in a 4 hour window from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I served 76 people in a semi fine dining scenario, which included everything I just said. 76 people. Get that through, get that in your head. What does it look like? It looks like the whole room is almost full and you need to finish the whole room, clean all of the tables, reset it, and then do the whole room one more time. That's basically what 76 covers looks like. And as you can imagine, one person, that's too much work for one person. So very hectic. I was sprinting around all night. The customers weren't actually getting mad at me because they saw how fast and efficient I was moving. I was just like that, 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 that. And I was just, I couldn't give like, oh, how are you? Nice, nice, whatever, whatever. It was very like, I'm in the shits. You all know I'm in the shits. If I come up to your table, we're gonna go straight to the point. Hi, ready to order. Yes, yes, yes. Here. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. Yep. Confirm. Yep. Okay, I'll go put the ticket in. And it was just perfect efficiency in my opinion the whole night. I couldn't do any more covers. And yeah, near the end of the night, I didn't have any time to bus, which is bring all of the dirty dishes back to the kitchen. And I had so I didn't have time to even walk back to the kitchen to drop off loads of dishes. So I just designated this one table in the middle of the room as my busing station. So I just took all the dirty dishes and I just stacked them up over there. I had a stack of share plates this high and like a lot of bowls, and like I had a pile of napkins and forks and chopsticks in a pile. It was really messy, but I had to do it. There was no other way. In the middle of dropping more stuff on there, like if you put that whole table on a scale without the table, all of the silverware and plates would probably weigh maybe 200 pounds. It was like 80 to 90% of all of the stuff we had in house on that table. The kitchen was running out of plates there like all night. It was just like, hurry up and wash this. I need that bowl to put food back on to send it back out and that type of stuff. But I go up, somebody walks in, and I go up to the host stand and I'm like, hi, do you have a reservation? Like, no, we're hoping to walk in. And it's like, I can't handle it. I can't take you guys right now. And then they're like, oh, we can wait. And it's like, I looked at the clock, it was like 8 o'clock or something. And I already had like still 20 more covers coming in after. I was like, I don't think I can fit you guys in today. Sorry about that. And they're like, oh, no, no, it's okay. Thank you. And then they walked out. And I walked over to the first table that I knew I had to talk to. It was like, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, you know who that was, right? And I was like, no, that was Taika Waititi. And I was like, I don't know who that is. That's the director of Thor 3 for Marvel. I was like, uh, okay. I didn't have that long pause, but I was like, uh, okay. I don't have time. I don't have time to take them. Like it was like, do I have no? It doesn't. So it didn't matter who walked in that door that day. Like I was at my max, and I was like, I gotta go. I don't have time to think about taking more people. So yeah, that's the story. I turned down Taika Waititi, and I served 76 covers myself on that day. I did the math. If a server did what I did on that day, they would have walked out with like almost $2,000. And that's the crazy thing about the fine dining server that quit the December before. There's this one pay period where I worked every single day, most of the days by myself, some of them with another one. But I worked 14 days in a row, and just for fun, I did the math to see how much I would have made if I was a server. 14 days. I'm pretty sure it was something like $7,000 or $8,000. If a server did my job, they would have made $7,000 or $8,000 in 2 weeks. Just think about how crazy that is. And that's the thing, is she was complaining that she wasn't making enough money right before December. So it's like right when she quit, we're like, why would you quit? You work the whole year so you can get to December and make a butt ton of money. Anyways, yeah, I served 76 people. It was a shit show. Everyone was happy that they got to watch me. I was basically a show because I was moving so fast. And yeah, COVID happened and we had to shut down for 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, 3 months. We had to shut down for 3 months. And naturally, there's no customers to serve. So the servers got laid off. And during that time, we had a lot of time to reflect. Like, I at that time nobody knew what was going to happen to restaurants and whatever. So I didn't want to hire the servers back because there's so many questions. So and when we reopened after 3 months, it's not like it was busy or anything. It was just like 10 covers, 10, 10, 5, 0. There was no covers. So I told them, like, I can't hire you guys back yet. There's no point. It's too slow. You wouldn't make enough money either. So, but yeah, it's just, that's how it was. And then for some time, it just happened that we had so much free time. So I had enough free time to train the kitchen staff to serve. And I was a server for basically a whole year. And yeah, that's how we transitioned from fob to students to bangers to fine dining servers to chefs as servers. And that's where we are to this day. I think this business model works well for those that can execute it, because it gives the disparity of pay between front and back is solved by this equation, because there's no disparity between the front and the back. There's no front of the house, back of the house. It's just house. And everyone gets paid well. It sucks for the servers that would have worked that job, but the kitchen staff work harder and they're capable of doing the job. So that's it. That's the story timeline of all of our servers.